Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. And on the screen today, you're going to be watching another COD 4 gameplay. But today, I wanted to continue on with the Black Ops 4 information videos and what I currently think and stuff like that. So today's article is coming once again courtesy of Charlie Intel, and the link will be in the description if you want to read along. And it says specialists are back in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Specialist system is back in Black Ops 4. First introduced in Black Ops 3, specialists are characters with unique abilities in multiplayer. Treyarch is bringing some of them back from Black Ops 3 to 4, also introducing brand new ones with abilities adapted to the game's new playstyle. Specialists, alongside their base ability that they have, now also have an option to equip a specialist equipment. In Creator class, players can choose to use specialist equipment or other options such as frags, molotovs, concussion grenades, and stuff like that. If you choose the specialist equipment option, each specialist now has its own specific equipment. New to Call of Duty, you don't have an amount of equipment that you can equip. Like, for example, before it was like you had 2 stuns or 2 flashes or 1 smoke grenade or stuff like that. Instead, there's a meter on the item in your heads-up display. Once that meter fills and it lights up yellow, your equipment is ready to use again. The center of the bottom HUD screen shows your main specialist ability, which is activated with L1 and R1 just like Black Ops 3. R1 alone activates the equipment and L1 does the health regeneration. So basically what's going to happen is they're kind of taking like the Battlefield route, or you could even say Destiny, because Destiny they had the whole like your grenade recharges, or like when you I know I was a hunter, so like your throwing knife would recharge, or in Battlefield how like your med pack recharges, or anything like that. So now there's not a certain amount of like a set amount of equipment that you have. You just say you throw a grenade, you wait 10 seconds, and then boom, you have another grenade. So we're gonna jump into the specialists here. Some of them, these are the ones from Black Ops 3, and then like they said, they're gonna be coming out with new ones. So the first one here is Ruin. A specialist returning from Black Ops 3 gets the grapple hook if you equip the specialist equipment, allowing you to transverse across the map when the ability is available. So basically, you're basically playing like what's that game called? Like Mirror's Edge. You have like a grappling hook. I think that game has a grappling hook, something like that. But yeah, you basically have a grappling hook, and that's like the most advanced movement that you'll get in this game. Everything else is just boots on the ground and sliding and stuff like that. Seraph also returns from Black Ops 3 with her Annihilator ability, which is basically the one-shot pistol, and you get like 7 shots or something like that. Her new specialist equipment that can be used is a tactical deployment. It allows you to place down a tactical deployment anywhere on the map once available, and lets your team spawn at the deployment location. So it's basically like a tactical insertion from the older CODs, and so you can use that as your specialist equipment. Firebreak is back from Black Ops 3 with the flamethrower in tow as the main ability. His new specialist equipment is a reactor core, which sets up a small area of death for enemies that venture near it. So it's basically like, I guess you can basically call it a black hole, and that's it's basically the black hole like grenade, if you want to call that, from Infinite Warfare. There are also new specialists coming to Black Ops 4, including Crash, a medic specialist. Crash has abilities to assist your team in healing when needed. Another new specialist in the game is Torque. His ability is to put down razor wires, which stop players from advancing forward in full pace. So kind of like in Rainbow Six, if you played it, you have the razor wire. It slows you down, making it harder to move. Since there's no boost jump, it's either you push through or you shoot it out. So you can't jump over it. It's either you kind of take the speed hit or give away your position and shoot it out, unless you have a silencer on. Another change with specialists in Black Ops 4 versus 3 is that players select their specialist once the game loads up. So kind of like how you did in Arena in Black Ops 3. And each specialist in the current build of the game, which is the one that they played, what was it, like this past week in LA, can only be used once on each team. you can change your specialist choice during a match. So basically, there can only be one Firebreak on one team, one Seraph, one Ruin, one Crash, one Torque, so it's not multiple people can use Firebreak or anything like that. So, I feel like this will kind of, like, it gives you more of like a strategic, like, planning phase, if you want to call it that. But then again, like, it'll kind of be hard to plan out with like randoms that don't have their mic on. Like, okay, I'm gonna use Firebreak and you use Seraph and you use Ruin. But I mean, like, at the same time, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of like arguing and stuff like that, because if little Timmy wants to take Firebreak and you already took it, you might be getting some dirty messages saying, fuck you, this and that, whatever, you took my Firebreak. And so it could cause more harm than good. But then again, like, if you are playing with a good team, then everybody's mostly or usually on the same page, and like, if people want to win, they'll make the necessary sacrifice. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think the specialists, they don't really bother me. I just, like, at first when Black Ops 3 first got announced, I was like, oh, the specialist is gonna be shit, like, it's gonna be dumb, like, it's basically Destiny. But I mean, they ended up not being that bad. I think, like, personally, I think the Firebreak one was the best, with the Purifier, with the Flamethrower from Black Ops 3, and then it was probably like Combat Focus or any one of those ones. But they didn't seem too overpowered or anything like that. And if you were using like the specialist weapon, you probably only got it like once a game. But the specialist ability, you can get a couple times. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, the link will be in the description. It's courtesy of Charlie Intel if you want to read along. That's pretty much it. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. It was very much appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.